Yo, what is good? It's your boy Courtney. We are back with another podcast. And look, we got some good conversations again today. And I want y'all to tap in with your boy. And look, we gonna lock in, bro. We gonna lock in today. But first and foremost, let me set the precedent right here. Let me go ahead and put this together real quick. All right. Let's do this. Do the money game. Boom, boom, boom. We are set. We are full on set. My bad. We are full on set. We are full on set. I bet. So listen, man, we got some hot topics today. We got some good things to talk about today. First and foremost, listen, I'm glad y'all here with me today. Y'all could be doing anything else, but y'all decided to be here with me today. But before I get started with anything, look, I gotta go ahead and tell y'all, make sure that you liking, comment, subscribing. It's gonna help me continue to keep pushing this content forward. It's gonna help the algorithm, and it's gonna help me to get out there in front of more people, man, and continue to help me to become one of the biggest YouTubers out here. Cause I got some catching up to do, and I can only do that with y'all's help. You feel me? So, but before I get into the rest of the show, you already know, gotta pay some bills, right? So I always talk about hoodie. That's why I say y'all gotta call me hoodie C. Look, make sure you go and get you a comfort hoodie today. You see how comfortable this thing is. Look at this thing feel like a pillow. You can rock with the hoodies. Make sure you go and get your hoodies. They come in so many different styles, sizes, and colors. Go and grab your hoodie today. The description, the link is in the description, so definitely go and do that. Now, before we get into the show, I want to pose a toast to all of you. And the toast is this: cheers to growth, cheers to truth and keeping it real. Here's to leveling up and owning every part of the journey. Cheers to cutting through the noise and making moves that matter. Ooh wee. Let's get it, man. So look, man, first things first, I want to go ahead. I want to start us off, man. I want to start us off with a good vibe. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Hanumankind, the cat who was I'm a big stepper, underground methods. I just heard one of his freestyles, bro, and that shit fire. I'm not gonna hold you, dog. It's fire. This face, I'm telling you, bro, it is fire. You feel me? And so I want to listen to it. I want y'all to rock out with me, man. Before I dive deep into all the other shit we're gonna get into, because I got some things talking about the Drake and the Kendrick Lamar situation, and I also got this whole idea between this feud between Charles Barkley and LeBron James. And then after that, we're gonna end the whole entire segment, with the money segment. We're gonna talk about how we can continue to keep leveling up and continue to becoming better versions of ourselves each and every day, right? But let's get into this song though, man. I want to get these vibes up. I want to get the vibes up. So I want to go ahead and share it right now. Y'all gonna rock out with me. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Buddy was snapping. He was snapping. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let me go ahead and play it.
Let's go.
Hey fam, wait a minute, bro. Buddy just went the fuck in. Buddy just went in on him. God damn. Hey, he's solid. That flow was solid. I rocked with it. My guy was good with it. What's good with it? What's good with it? Buddy was fire. Buddy was fire. Hey, before we move into the next segment, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely, if you support the brand, if you love what's going on, you want to continue to keep seeing me continue to keep leveling up my content. Definitely, don't be afraid to support your boy. Donations are right here on the screen, and as well as if you are here on TikTok as well, don't be afraid to donate to your boy to continue to help me to keep leveling up. All right, let's get on to the next. Let's get on to the next segment, though, man. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because I know it's a thing, but I don't want to drag this along. That's what's up, big dog. I don't want to continue to keep. I don't want to continue to keep pushing this thing along. And my mind is already set. I already said it. I knew what was gonna happen before the beef even started. I knew who was gonna win. I called it. Matter of fact, one of my posts even went viral all through TikTok when I was talking about it. And to this day, it proves my point. But we gonna get there though. We gonna get there though. So let's talk about this whole situation about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. This entire situation with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. It is beyond me. And I'm still trying to understand why. Why? That's all I had to why, bro. Why does Drake feel as if he needs to call the boys? He needs to sue Kendrick Lamar, right? Why? Why does he feel as if he needs to do that? And so we're gonna get into it. Give me a second. Because I want to talk. I want to dive a little deep into it. Nah, that ain't it, big dog. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Let's go. Nope, 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 nope. All right, all right, all right. All right. All right, so let's pull this thing up. So let's pull it up right now. So your boy Drake felt the need that he want to sue UMG and he wants to sue Kendrick Lamar for defamation. For defamation of character. So what it says is Drake accuses UMG and Spotify of scheming to artificially inflate Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." In a legal petition, the Stars company accuses UMG and Spotify of serious undoing, a stunning twist months after his high-profile feud with Kendrick Lamar. Okay, okay. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, let's take it back. Let's take it all the way back. Y'all remember the entire beef. Y'all remember it was a entire summer thing. That was the hottest thing in the summer. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. I said it before. I said it before the beef even started. I said that Kendrick Lamar was going to watch Drake. And of course, Drake fans who act like Kamala Harris fans and who act like Michael Jordan fans, they just could not fathom it. No, Drake just he makes the hottest songs and Drake just do this and Drake just do this and Drake. Like fam, I listen to Drake too. I've listened to all of Drake's songs. I'm talking about low cut with the heart in the head Drake. I'm talking about no beard Drake. You feel me? I'm talking about singing Drake. We talking about that Drake. I've been listening to him since then. I know he's dope. He makes good music. But there's a difference when you talk about what a pop star versus somebody who's actually out here getting it and who's actually lyrical and can wash you. Somebody explained it perfectly. They said that, yeah, Drake got some bars, but the idea is this: Kendrick Lamar tells stories. One thing about any and everybody, we love a good fucking story. You can have the hottest bars, but if you don't have a good story, it is what it is. Why do you think there are a lot of successful comedians out here? Why do you think there are so many great motivational speakers out here in the world? Because they tell a great story. Now, mind you, if you're able to tell a good story and to be able to be extremely lyrical with telling that story, you can't beat that. No matter how much of a bop song that you got. Because that's what a lot of Drake fans always say anyway. Man, I can't. The reason why I say Drake won because I can bop to his music. That's it. That's all you got. Because you feel as if Kendrick Lamar's music, you can't bop to it. Mind you, there's a lot of songs you can bop to. He just hit y'all with a full album. You can bop to every single song on there, bro. Real talk. And if you feel as if you can't bop, then I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm gonna be 100% with you. I'm gonna be 100 with you. But that's neither here nor there. The fact is this. So it's been months since that beef was over with. After Kendrick Lamar watched Drake, all of a sudden Drake feel as if he want to sue UMG because they inflated the numbers on the Not Like Us song because of bots. So let's just say if it was true, Drake did the same thing. Uh-oh. They ain't gonna talk about that though. They ain't gonna talk about that though. Drake did the same thing. What? Maybe and with UMG, maybe not a couple years ago, did the same exact thing. But all of a sudden he took that L and he got washed, just kind of like how Trump washed Kamala Harris. That's what just happened. That's what just happened. But now all of a sudden he want to sue months later. Oh, defamation of character. Oh, he cheating. He using bots. Oh, really? Now, if you ending now, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, nor am I the brightest color in the coloring box. But if somebody's saying some shit about me, and I know it's not true. I'm talking about this the type of shit that's gonna mess with my money. You feel me? That's gonna hurt my money. That's gonna hurt my pockets. That's touching my pockets. And you saying some outlandish shit about me, especially when you talking about the P word. I'm suing immediately. I'm not waiting months down the road. That's how I know that this is a bunch of bull. Now all of a sudden, you want to go and sue because of defamation of character. Why you ain't do that as soon as you heard that song Not Like Us? Because I'm sure you heard it as soon as everybody else heard it, Drake. But now all of a sudden you want to sue. If this ain't about the source, man, listen. You a sore loser, Drake, and all your Drake fans. All you Drake fans who still standing behind the fact that see y'all can't listen to what the Kendrick Lamar fans are saying. Listen, bro, hold your L, hold that L, and hold that bit high. Cause this ain't making you look good at all, Drake. This making you look even worse. Just hold the L, bro. Keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing, bro. Cause you thought everybody was still gonna rock with you as hard as they did before. And a lot of these cats like, yeah, nah, that ain't it. They switched up on you. But mind you, though, the reason why a lot of people switched up on Drake is simply because allegedly Drake is an a-hole, is an asshole. That's kind of like the beef that he had with Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin, mother passed away, may she rest in peace. And Drake was like, I don't give a damn about your mom dying. I want my beats. I beg your pardon, sir. See, that's it. Let's move on. Let's move on. Cause that's the type of shit. That's some Caucasian shit. You feel me? But hey, it is what it is. Swept under the rug. All I'm gonna say is this: Drake, do everybody a favor. Hold that L. Hold that bitch high. Go and make some good music. Continue to make some good music. Stay away from the black culture in regards to the hip hop aspect of it. Stick to pop music. Stick to R&B for a minute. Go do a song with Party Next Door or something. Go make a dope album like that. But stay away from rap for a minute, big dog. This ain't the time. Let everything die down. Then slowly work your way back into it. But right now ain't the time, dog. Because you're getting washed. Anything you say from this point on in regards to sneak dissing, don't do it. Don't do it. Go back to R&B for a minute. Go sing some, you know what I'm saying? Go sing some songs for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Go sing some feminist songs. just stay away. Just stay away from rap for a minute, dog, because this ain't the time for you, bro. This ain't the time for you, bro. It ain't the time for you, dog. Straight up. But let's move on, dog. Let's move on. Oh my god, bro. That shit's wild. Hey man, look, make sure you liking the live. Make sure you comment, engaging with your boy. Ask your boy questions. Look, it's live. I can answer the questions in live right now. In real time. Make sure that you subscribe, and if you're not already subscribed, and that's Courtnee_Edgar1. Subscribe to the YouTube. Continue to keep pushing us up out there. Also, if you feel as if you want to support the brand, hit the donate button right up here. And if you on the TikTok, make sure you if you feel as if you want to support, hey, send your boy a gift. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next segment right here. Let's move on to the next segment. Now, there has been a lot of rave in the media, especially in the basketball world, when it comes to Bronny James, LeBron James, and there's still a debate in regards to who's the greatest. But I've already said my piece. LeBron James is the GOAT. I don't care what none of y'all Jordan fans say. Mind you, I grew up watching Jordan too, so I understand. It's not one of those situations where I've never seen Jordan play. I've seen Jordan play in real time. And I saw the evolution of the game. I saw how the game has gotten better. I've seen how players today have become more athletic. They're doing things that guys weren't doing in the 90s, regardless of what these cats are talking about. I don't care what they're saying, because a lot of them speak on emotion. The reason they don't want to put Jordan as number 2 is because it was an emotional thing for them. It was, oh, Jordan was the reason I started wearing this. Jordan was the reason I started rocking the Jordans all the time. Jordan was the reason I wanted to play basketball. So everything is emotionally tied. That's why a lot of these cats love Jordan and they don't want to put Jordan as number 2. But when you look at the game, when you look at how the game has evolved, it's a no-brainer. It's LeBron James. But that's not the conversation. That's not the topic that I want to talk about. I want to talk about this topic with Charles Barkley and his situation with calling Buddy a bum. like, bro, what? So I want to hear what he had to say about this. Let's get past his ad. All right, let's get past his ad. All right. Let's hear what Charles Barkley got to say, man. Let's hear good old Chuck.
Players suck, y'all. LeBron, give me 25 tonight.
Easy.
KD, give me 25.
Easy.
Anthony Davis, 8 rebounds.
He averaged 11.
David Booker, 1-3.
Easy.
Take it, Jalen.
You got this.
Guarantee it then. Guarantee. We're going to win. We're going to stop this winning streak.
Let's get this money.
Come on, y'all.
Stop this losing streak.
That's what I meant.
Would be the.
I know what I said, but you know what I meant.
No, I don't.
Come on, man. You players, pick it up.
0-5.
Since he bought these bombs y'all be showing every week. Okay, LeBron, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. KD, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. Anton Davis, 8 rebounds.
That's easy.
Devin Booker, 1-3. Are you kidding me?
Hey, LeBron, by the way, 3 threes away from passing Kyle Korver.
Ooh, Kyle Korver can shoot that thing.
Number 7 all time. And he's second in 30-point games now with 559. MJ's got 562.
See, now, Ernie.
What?
That's an amazing stat to talk about. Everybody, I don't get into debate about greatness. So LeBron has played how many more seasons than Michael Jordan and he's still behind him? That's crazy. That's crazy. And I love LeBron, but for him to be that far behind MJ and I'm played probably 8 more seasons? Come on, man. Y'all need to stop this.
Lakers and Suns later, but first it's the Bucks and the Heat. Enjoy,
Come on, man.
y'all.
Stop that.
All right, Mr. Chuck. I hear you, big dog, but let's call a spade a spade. y'all continuously keep talking about. Y'all find any and every reason to try to downplay LeBron James's greatness, bro. On every level, on every single level, you try to find a way to downplay LeBron James's greatness. Now, I get it. All of this is relative, right? It's all opinion based. But if we want to keep it real, you're talking about 3 points. You're talking about 3 points made, tying with Michael Jordan. Okay, if you want to argue that, well, let's argue it then. How about the fact that he's an all-around player? Are you expecting him to hit every single stat and beat Jordan in every single stat? Is that what you're expecting? Because mind you, I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan hadn't beat every single stat of the players before him. Because he couldn't. He didn't beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the most points scored. He couldn't make that. And before y'all Jordan stands come in, well, he played so many years. Anybody can beat that. Y'all act like LeBron James is the only player to ever play as long as he did. What about Udonis Haslem? What about Vince Carter? Hell, what about Kobe Bryant? May he rest in peace. For these cats, for the guys like LeBron, for the guys like Kobe Bryant, these cats shoot first players. I want the ball. I'm shooting. How come they hadn't beat Jordan's record? How come? But the fact that the only argument that y'all have is the fact that he has his longevity. It's not about the longevity. It's about the consistency and the efficiency of how he scores. What are you talking about? Most efficient three-pointer, better than Jordan's. What are we talking about? Y'all call Jordan the greatest scorer of all time, but yet LeBron James is number one. And for him to be considered a pass first player, it's pretty impressive. To be considered a pass first, let y'all tell it. To be a pass first. One of the only players to lead in every single stat in the finals. Every single stat, not just points. We talking points, rebounds, everything. On both teams, bruh. Jordan wasn't doing that. What are we talking about? LeBron James can be considered one of the top players in every single position. Michael Jordan, the two guard, possibly the one, but more so the two guard than anything. And the only reason they'll put him as a top 10 or maybe top 20 as a point guard is simply because he's Michael Jordan. And so of course they're gonna give him some leeway. But LeBron James can be considered in the top as a top player from the 1 all the way to the 5. And yet we still having this conversation. They do not want to give up the idea that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Take out the stats. Take the stats out. LeBron James is still better. He got size over Michael Jordan. He got speed. He got power. Can't talk about athleticism. He just as athletic or more. What we talking, and let's not talk about handles. Don't act like Michael Jordan had a bag. No, he did not. Jordan had some basic ass handles. Basic ass handles. The type of shit where the most iconic picture that they always put out there, the video where he playing against the Celtics and he doing this little tween and then the pull up shit. Basic ass move, but let everybody else tell it. Oh man, that move was dope, fam. I can do that in the pickup game. Tween and pull up. That's easy. Y'all act like Jordan had a bag. Jordan wasn't like that with his handles, bro. What are we talking about? He was just Mr. Floater. He was the reason why a lot of people really are stuck on Jordan is because, mind you, Jordan did put his mark on the game. He did, because he came at a critical time. He came at a critical time when the NBA is how it's going to start looking probably in the next couple of years. Start to go downhill. Not many people are paying attention to it like that. It's not going to be as exciting. So then that's when Michael Jordan steps in, and he's this explosive player, this guy that nobody has ever seen before, and he's making a mark on the game. And it was at the perfect time. This new cat who's flashy, has a swagger, has a different swagger than the original players, you know, rocking the Jordans, got the double socked on with the sleeve on the leg type shit, flying through the air, all of these different things. He came at a critical time, and everybody fell in love with it. This whole, he had an aura. He had this aura. I'm pretty sure he did at that time. And so that's why a lot of people cling on to Michael Jordan, because it was an emotional thing. It was all emotional. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that what he did in his era amongst those other players, you can't argue it. Michael Jordan, that dude at that time, you can't argue that. You cannot argue that, and I won't argue it. But to still try to use that same argument in today's game, stop it. You can't continue to use that same argument, because there are many nuances to how the game was played back then to how the game is played now. The depth in which, first, let's start with the depth. The depth of skill, the skill level of players and the depth of it is a lot deeper now than it was back then. So that's why you only get a specific amount of players that you can see on different teams. You may get one or two top players. You like, okay, who the hell are these other players? You can't name them. You cannot name them, and nor are they in anybody's conversation. That's why typically when you talk about the 90s, you typically talk about the same type of players. They typically argue the same type of players. And so the idea, that's why I really love the take on Isaiah Thomas. Because Isaiah Thomas and his team, they were busting Jordan's ass. And he's the only one that was objective enough to look at the situation and be like, you know what? I'm going to say that it's not Michael Jordan, it's LeBron James. Because he also played against Michael Jordan. Now, I know a lot of y'all are gonna say, well, damn, bro, he just hates Jordan. He hating on Jordan. Okay, well, what about the other cats? What about the Charles Barkleys? What about the what other cats were playing? What other cats were playing against them? The Karl Malones, the John Stocktons, all of these cats. There are many other players that played against them. So I'm not understanding. And mind you, so I don't know if y'all saw the video, this interview that Ron Artest did about a young LeBron playing, I think it was a summer game or pickup game with Jordan, Ron Artest, and some other NBA cats. And out of Ron Artest's mouth, Bron was putting their ass to work. So at some point, you have to just go ahead and pass the torch to Bron. He's proved y'all wrong so many different times, so many different occasions, bro. Give it up. It ain't Jordan no more, dog. It ain't Jordan. And then there's gonna be somebody else who may end up being better than LeBron James. That may be some years, because it's gonna take some work to get to where LeBron's at. It's gonna take some time. You understand me? So Jordan was the greatest of his era. of his era. Can't say this greatest of all time because again, I said there are many nuances to the era. There were many the game was not played the same back then. I like to compare Tom Brady to LeBron James because LeBron James is the system. Tom Brady is the system. Michael Jordan is not the system. You don't move around Michael Jordan. When Jordan ups and leaves, your team doesn't it doesn't really affect you. And we've seen that with the Bulls, we've seen that with the Wizards. It don't really affect you. You're still decent. You still do what you do. When LeBron leaves or comes, it affects you significantly, either positively or negatively. We've seen that with we've seen that with Cleveland. We've seen that with the Miami Heat. We've seen it after Kobe left, before Bron got to the Lakers. We saw it. And then as soon as Bron step on them, as soon as Bron step on your team, you automatically become a contender. So we're not going to play that. So we're not going to play that game. We're not about to play that game. So to all my Michael Jordan fans, this is me saying, I get it. Michael Jordan was a dog. I saw it. But he's no more, bro. He is just the GOAT of his era. That's it. He is not the GOAT of all time. He's only the GOAT of his era. That's the best I can give him. GOAT of his era. Not the greatest of all time. Because there's always going to be somebody better. And LeBron James is that guy. They thought it was going to be Kobe. But it was LeBron. And for those of you who try to argue that Kobe LeBron shit, just know LeBron is 16-6 versus Kobe. 16-6. So that Black Mamba situation, that shit wasn't working against LeBron. 16-6 versus LeBron James. 16-6. I bet. All right, so want to move on to the next topic, but before I do, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you aren't already subscribing. Also, don't forget to go and get your comfort hoodie. Link is in the description, man. Look, I'm telling you, they 15% off. They're dope, they're comfortable. If you want to be fashionable, go and get you a hoodie today, man. I'm telling you, you will not regret this. All right, you feel me? So now the next topic I want to talk about, and this is my last this is the last segment of the night. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things I want to also talk about, and I want to make sure I incorporate in every one of my lives from here on out, is the money segment. And what is the money segment, Courtney? The money segment is where I sort of dive into the things that I'm doing in order to continue to level up financially and to put myself in a better position to do the things that I want to do and get closer and closer to that financial freedom and that millionaire status, right? And one of the many ways that I am doing that is paying attention to the things that other successful people are doing and have done. And I am implementing the things that they have done into my life. And so, of course, each one teach one, right? As I learn these new things, of course, I would not teach you, but I will show you and tell you exactly what I'm doing. Then you could take with that information with what you will. But I will say this: I am not a professional. So definitely seek counsel from a professional. Don't come to me talking about, hey, Courtney, you told me this. No, I didn't. I said what I do. I ain't tell you what to do. I told you what I'm doing in order to continue to keep building my finances up and getting closer and closer to becoming a millionaire. Right? All right. So next topic at hand, we're gonna bring up the boy Anton Daniels. I don't know if a lot of you know who. I don't know if a lot of you know who Anton Daniels is, but he's definitely what up, Chrissy? What up, Chrissy? One of the guys that I definitely listened to, and I definitely jumped on his Patreon, became one of the bad chasers, and been implementing the things that he's been teaching and what he's been talking about. What's so funny, Chrissy? What you laughing at, man? And just paying attention to the things that he's been talking about and how to continue to keep leveling up financially without having to strain yourself and putting yourself in tough situations, right? And the thing it's been working really good for me. I'll tell you that much. But before we dive deep into it, I want you to listen a little bit into what he's talking about. It's a little bit of the finances, and for those of you who may not be necessarily financially literate, these are some small things that can potentially help you out, and as it has helped me out too. So pay attention, listen up to it, listen closely. Let's dive into it.
Are saved.
Here now is the founder and CEO of Ramsey Solutions, the financial icon himself, the master, the one and only Dave Ramsey. Dave, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. So a two-part question for you. Does that number 1.46 million to retire, does that sound right to you? And if so, how does anybody get to that massive number for the retirement?
Well, it's not enough for some, and it's way too much for others. So, I don't know where that number comes from. It's something somebody just dreamed up in a poll. But obviously, where you live, how you choose to live, the standard of living you want to retire at, gives you the number that you need annually. And then we can back into the size of your nest egg that you need. So for $1 million, should generate, say, 8%. That'd be $80,000 a year to live off of. If you can live comfortably off of $80,000, then $1 million's enough. If you need 160, it sounds like you need $2 million. So somewhere in there. But yeah, you can do it. You just need to start saving again. The good news is that we have found, we did the largest study ever done of millionaires in North America. And we found that the typical millionaire in America did not inherit their money. 89% were not millionaires because of inheritance. They did it the old-fashioned way. They earned it. And the number one way they became millionaires was just simply putting money in their 401k over a long period of time and getting their home paid off. It really wasn't rocket surgery.
A lot of people don't really understand that it's a long-term game that you play, but we live in an Instagram's, society to where they're so focused on the now and they so focused on what they perceive wealth to be when they don't even understand money. Money is basically like when you talk about being a millionaire. I remember it was a guy that said, man, I don't believe that this person is a cash millionaire. What the hell is a cash millionaire? It's about assets, right? It's assets minus liabilities. And that's how you determine what your net worth is, which then determines whether or not you're a millionaire. Most people don't have $1,000 saved, but a lot of it is just based off of self-inflicted wounds, meaning that it's their lifestyle, it's their refusal to actually do something long enough to let it pay off for them. Most people don't even have a calculation. They're going to be broke when they wind up, getting to retirement age, and they're not going to leave anything to their children. We then pass things over to generational curses instead of generational wealth. And it's a basic formula. You don't need no new math. You don't need anything like that. It's a reverse engineering. So how much are you going to want to have? Or what do you want your lifestyle to look like when you retire? And I kind of teach the same thing, but I teach it completely differently. How do you want your life to be when you retire? For me, I have a number in my mind. That number is about, well, I'm not going to tell you the number because I told myself that I would start living my life a little bit more offline and I would just give my thoughts because I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. You know who I am. You know what my background is. It is what it is. Shout out to the Chasers. If you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, link to the Patreon is in the description. But what you want your life to look like, what is that number on a monthly and then a yearly basis? And then you reverse engineer how you're supposed to get there based off of how long you think it's going to take you in order to, how long your lifespan is going to be so that you don't run out of money. Yeah. And the best case scenario is really about keeping the principal and continuously adding to the principal while still being able to maintain your lifestyle. And then you work really hard and you stay down long enough to actually be able to do that. And he said it. He said, listen, most people are contributing into the things that's going to take care of them long term. They're not focused on it now. And I think that that's the thing that's very difficult for young people is that the only thing they care about is their lifestyle now. And they're not really focused on the sacrifice. And sacrifice partly comes from you doing the thing that's in your best interest long term. But let me continue and see what he got to say.
Right.
Dave,
right,
I'm
right,
going to
right.
ask you, the Wall Street Journal wrote this piece, it was probably a month and a half ago, about Dave Ramsey tells millions what to do with their money. People under 40 say he's wrong. There's a hashtag on the TikTok, which I don't use, but it says hashtag Dave Ramsey wouldn't approve. And
you know what the funniest part about that? And I haven't even seen these videos, but I think that I'm gonna do a whole
Yeah, I saw
series on that on the
that
Millionaire
Dave
Morning
Ramsey
Show on
didn't
Monday.
approve
So
of
tune
that.
into that. How are people that's broke going to talk to a millionaire dude that has no debt and didn't even leverage debt in order to get rich? How they gonna tell him how you're supposed?
I dare you to let me build
Yo,
you
make
a
sure you like it.
completely
Make sure you like
free
in the comment, man.
e-commerce store
Pushing this,
preloaded with
pushing the
20
content.
handpicked products that are trending all over the
Yeah,
world.
subscribing, definitely
Basically,
to get rich? It doesn't matter how nice you are, it don't matter how God-fearing you are, how good your information is, don't matter what your background is. People are going to reject it no matter what.
right.
it's a bunch of young people who essentially openly flout your recommendations about living more frugally and saving. And I'm just going to let you respond, but I think that's going to blow up in their face, because once you start living high on the hog, you live that life, you want to live that lifestyle for the rest of your life, and you're not going to have the money to do it.
Right.
But what say you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything on social media, you can find a lot of fun stuff on me. I'm real good clickbait, so it works really good. So have at it. But yeah, and it's always been that way. I've been doing this for 35 years, and there's always a group of people who say you can't do it. And so the system has to change, and they're a victim, and they're entitled. And, you know, TikTok gives them a voice, or Instagram gives them a voice, or whatever, but it's always been that way. On talk radio, we gave them a voice. They could call in and scream at me, and it was fun. It made great radio. But the truth is that this Gen Z generation and the millennials who caught a bunch of crap are excellent generations. What we're seeing with both of them is there is a segment of them that is very serious and very good with their money. They believe in it. They believe in saving, they believe in investing, that they believe in the free enterprise system. And then there's a segment of them that just sucks. They're just awful. I mean, their participation trophy, they live in their mother's basement, and they can't figure out why they can't buy a house because they don't work, you know, and stuff like that. But I've got 400 millennials, 500 millennials working on our team here at Ramsey. They're incredible. I love them. Gen Z all over the building. I love them. They're fabulous. And so it's just this one segment of whiners on TikTok or something pops up because they don't want to face the fact that they got to control the person in their mirror.
That victim
So, you know,
mentality.
these young people that suck, they want to live and spend like they've worked and saved for 35 years, and it doesn't work that way.
Yep.
And that's true. That is always going to be, it doesn't matter what industry you is, but especially in finances, and especially in relationships, and even to a larger extent, spirituality, there's going to be a segment of people that do not subject themselves to it. They are going to reject it. They don't want to put the work in.
Yep.
I got a video later on today that I got in my mind that I want to tell you all a story about based off of a reaction video that I did, and the dude rejected it, and then he sent me an email today, this morning, and I'm gonna go over it and I'm gonna break it down. But people are lazy, honestly, and they don't want to say that they're lazy, even though we live in the most technologically advanced time ever before. Most people even have some sort of a hybrid to where they work from home, you know, at the very least, and, you know, so much opportunity to make so much money, and then they fumbled it, and then they want to complain about it and make TikTok. It's amazing to me how people are just continuously, and even Dave Ramsey said it, running in the victim Olympics, not really taking responsibility for who they are. And then that's going to translate into them being absolutely under duress later on because they mortgage a future for how they feel right now. And what you're getting right now as a result of it is just a penny. It's like you're getting pennies on a dollar to do what you want to do now. And then all of the money that you could make and change the course of the people that come after you, it could be incredible, but they reject it. And it's unfortunate. And again, the methods of what it takes to be successful, it's a very, very easy method. And then you can modify it slightly, depend on career path and stuff like that. But it's a very straightforward method. It's not rocket science. It's really stand down long enough and then getting the business acumen, which we'll spend all of our time, resources, money, and energy
Right.
on stuff that don't add value into our life.
Right.
But then we won't pick up a book. We won't study nothing. We won't actually invest in ourselves, and we won't even pick the career
What's good?
that's going to net us a better lifestyle.
Right.
And it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But I'm curious as to what you guys think. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also,
All right. So yeah, I 1000% agree. And at one point, I thought the right way to get my money up is to save, but save the right way, right? So a lot of people think that the traditional way of saving is just open up your banking account, Regions Bank, Bank of America, Chase, whatever the case, open up a savings account and just start throwing money in there. But the problem with that is your money's not working for you. Your money's just sitting there. Your money is stagnant and it's not doing anything. It's just in there, right? And so what I figured out since joining Anton Daniels and the Bag Chasers is that I found a way that I can actually have my money work for me instead of me having to go out here and do all this extra shit and make sure I'm investing in things that I really don't know about, right? And so what I started doing is I opened up a Fidelity brokerage account. And so what that brokerage account is, the brokerage account it acts as my savings account, right? And so what do I mean by that? So what I do is I take every part of my paycheck, every time I get paid, I have my money going to this brokerage account. And so what this brokerage account is, I can have my ETFs, I can have my 401ks, I have my Roth IRA in there. So I have everything on this app that I can see right here in my phone, right? And so when my money is going into this account, right? My money is going into this account. No matter how much you want to put in, you can put $10, $20, $100, or however much you have that you can just actually have your money going to there. Now, mind you, what I do not transfer that money into my account. I automatically have it go in there instead of me doing it manually. So that way I won't see the money leave my paycheck. I won't see that. It automatically goes in my paycheck, automatically goes into my Fidelity account every single week. I don't see it at all. Now, mind you, I started doing this beginning of October, meaning I have my 401k, I have my Roth IRA, and I have my ETFs and other stocks that I have my money going into. And it's all dispersed. It comes out of the paycheck. I don't ever see it. I don't have to do it manually. And when I tell you, one of these days I'll show you guys. One of these days I'll show you. But I'm going to tell you this. My money from the time that I started in early October, my money has significantly increased. And not just because I'm putting money in there, but because my money is working. Because I have it in the ETF, I have it in stock. So if a stock does well, guess what? My money does well too. That means it increases in this stock. And so therefore there's compounded interest because I'm constantly throwing money in there every week, but also that stock is going up as well, which entails gives me more money. Then on top of that, I have my Roth IRA. So my Roth IRA is doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm not studying the Roth IRA until it's time for retirement. Then I have my 401k. Mind you, the money that I put into my 401k, my company matches that. So again, compounded interest. So I'm doubling my money. That's free money that I'm making without out here doing the extra hustles. Now, mind you, as I continue to get bigger on TikTok, continue to get bigger on YouTube, and continue to start making money on these platforms, that money is also going to go into that Roth IRA. It's going to go into those stock accounts, and I'm going to continue to keep acting as it's my savings account because guess what? What's up, Cash Nasty? I'm going to continue to keep putting my money in that account, and my money is going to continue to keep growing over time without me even having to think about it. So that's one way that I'm doing it, and that's one way that I'm pushing to become a millionaire. Sounds pretty easy. I put my homeboy on game about it, and my homeboy, I'm telling you, bro, he locked in with it. And when I started doing with Anton Daniels, what up, Anton? And so when I started doing it, it makes my life easier. I'm not missing the money. I'm telling you, I'm not missing the money. I'm not missing the dough. I'm live right now, bro, on YouTube, and I'm not missing the dough. It's like I've never seen it. but my money is literally working for me in my sleep. That's literally what it's doing. Literally in my sleep, my money is working for me. And that's the dope part. And that's the dope part about it. So shout out to Anton Daniels, man. I appreciate him being, a part of the Bad Chasers as well. And just gonna continue to keep learning from people who are already doing things and are in the positions and where I want to be. And then I'm gonna continue to keep pushing forward to how's it going? Oh, it's going pretty good, dog. And so yeah, man, everything's good, and I'm going to continue. Like I said, I'm going to give it some more time, but I definitely want to be transparent with y'all. I want to show you my Fidelity account as well and show you how my money has grown over time and showing you exactly like, bro, this shit is real. I kid you not. I kid you not. I can give you a little bit. So right now, the last time I checked my account, altogether, my stocks, my Roth IRA altogether, I'm probably sitting around 6K right now of free money. And that's just putting $25 in every week. $25. And we almost a cumulative of 6K because my money is working for me. And that's in a matter of months. That ain't years, that's months. I think I started early October and I'm already up to like 6K. And that's acting as my savings account. So you do with that information with what you will. And again, I'm telling you, I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you what I do in order to keep pushing to become the first millionaire in my family. So with that being said, man, look, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. I appreciate y'all for always rocking with me. I appreciate you for, just continue to just stay here with me and watch this growth over time, because we're going to continue to keep showing up each and every week. And more people are going to continue to keep coming in and chopping it up with your boy. And until next time, make sure you tap in, go and get your comfort hoodie. The link is in the description, 15% off. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel.